Thank you so much, Jill. It's great to have you all, even late on a Friday evening. So much interest in circular economy. Thank you, Ramona, for the perfect stepstone. Now everyone's really into circular economy thinking. And in the next 20 minutes, we'll be linking it to the theme of today, to AI, to big data, and hope to make clear how to leverage data is crucially important to enable circular economy in many, many ways, in the way Ramona just beautifully explained to us. And I'm super glad to have Stefan here with me. Stefan Wagner, he's the managing director of SAP Munich, a homegrown SAP talent, held various positions at SAP in South America, global director for ecosystems, and now head of SAP Labs Munich. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
Round of applause. And we have a startup founder. We have Christian, the co-founder of Twinu, Christian Adler. Twinu is building digital infrastructure for circular economy. So he's building product passport with the help of AI. He's using digital twins. He's using distributed ledgers, all the technologies we've been talking about today already. And he'll explain us how they are crucial for CE. Thank you for being with us, Christian.
Thank you.
I'll take a seat with you here. We need to exclude Louise, by the way. She was announced for that panel as well from the board of Catena X, but she's been held back at CES in Las Vegas and could not make it on time. But we'll manage with the three of us, won't we?
Maybe we give a little bit time back.
Maybe.
I'll give a short example about circular economy in the battery space to have something very practical to think about and some mental model when we talk through how it can be data enabled. Batteries are currently a very linear supply chain. Lithium is mined somewhere in South America, refined in China, built into batteries and brought onto German roads. And when a battery ends its life, it's still super linear. If one of those beautiful, fully electric i7 cars out there from the DLD shuttles would hit a wall, and let's not hope for that, and the battery has some kind of damage and needs to be replaced, what will happen to the old battery? A ton of graphite, manganese, lithium, cobalt, nickel. It will be first of all, you have to pay a lot of money, because although it's a lot of expensive materials, no one will pay you a cent for that battery. You have to pay for this special waste to be collected. And then it's collected, it's dismantled, it's shredded, and then it's heated up to 1,400 degrees. Cobalt and nickel are taken, and the rest is ending up on landfill and the dump site. That's what's happening currently, and that's a super linear supply chain. And I'm grateful that we at Circular Republic at UnternehmerTUM, that's my home, together with wonderful partners, like all the startups, like Christian, with partners like SAP, are starting to build supply chains that make this fully circular in a profitable way. And let's explore a little bit how that can be done. And maybe starting with you, Stefan, how are processes, how are technologies changing so we can start thinking about circular supply chains enabled through data these days?
Yeah, so first of all, I mean, the essence of everything is that we have the data available. And we are now in a position in the recent years, due to new data management processes, and on one side, but also the governance, that we can enable circularity. But the key word is we can enable profitable circularity processes. And that is the driver at the end, that we create the impact, because we are all here to create at the end money and drive this in a profitable way. So let me explain you two categories where we see this that this interest for this profitable business are growing, at least from our customers. Number one is the leadership level. More and more leaders get now access to data which enable them to make sustainable decisions. You can decide in the supply chain process which supplier use. Is this a sustainable supplier? Do I have enough recycled material in my stock? Which energy source I'm using in the supply chain, in the production process? And also what I'm doing with products, like you said, the battery, for example, at the end of the life cycle. I think you are talking about that, Christian. Yep. These options. So new business models are occurring also, and that is the opportunity what we have. That's the first element. The second is definitely, and this is also the home turf of our company, that's the operational level. So let's take the classical process, design to operate on a manufacturing level, where across different entities in a company, from manufacturing, supply, manufacturing, logistics to customer support, we gain data in our systems. So internally, we provide our clients now the capability to have this data and then to generate scope 1, scope 2, etc. And I hope in the future also scope 3, where the biggest impact is at the end. So that's the internal perspective. The second, also there we see a lot of push and creativity, and also from regulations and regulating bodies, the EU, that we want to also have to provide also the external perspective about the data. Our customers, the end customers of our customers, are requesting visibility about the product, what they have, the recycling stages, etc. Or European Union requests that we provision product passports. A product passport is something what we can super support in our products, because in our solutions, and that is essential for circularity. If we hand over a battery to you need to follow where the battery comes from and what ingredient it has. We heard how important lithium is, and at the end you are going to decide what do you do at the end of the life cycle with the battery. Is it still available, the capacity 90%, then maybe we reuse it. Or if it's not available, not 50% of the capacity, then we shredder it maybe. So that's the accessibility. And for me, the most important thing is where then also our finance systems comes in. What enables then the profitability is that we can account the very worthwhile and expensive seltene Erden, lithium, etc. With our systems, because if we are coming to a process where we want to recycle a battery, then we have not only anymore a product like a battery, what is part of our balance sheet. We have then a material konto, so to say, account from different elements of such a battery. And this is a value, an asset in the balance sheet of a company. And this we can, of course, with our audited systems, then show in the edit. And that helps us, all of this helps hopefully to measure, to trace, and to track the value of a product. And hopefully leaders will decide this can be for us a profitable business. Therefore, it's getting back on the agenda.
And he's doing that, by the way. He's bringing it live. For example, in our battery project, we now do have a solution there that is enabling the leaders to see their material account, that is able to see those that can do hydrometallurgy and use the battery and make fresh lithium out of it, to see the material account so they can pay what's needed. It's enabling the logistics companies to see the batteries, and it's saving so much money in the end. Yep. to make it profitable. Christian, you're a specialist for product passports. Maybe you can add your perspective. How does that add value for your customers?
Yeah, totally need to underline what you said. Like, there needs to be a business case in the end. The companies need to make money, and we need to help in the circular economy to decouple also the profits from just producing new products, but also from making revenues and profits from circularity, from our strategies, as mentioned. So we use digital product passports as an enabler. It's a regulation coming up, so in the next few years, basically, most of the products you know, except for consumables, will need a digital product passport, starting with EV batteries. And this product passport, for the first time, makes products grabbable in the digital space. So also AI processes can grab these products. And with that, you can build new business models. You can even go into marketing models, for example. Maybe not with a car battery, but think of furniture, of electronics. So companies...
Maybe for everyone, just directly, how do product passports, i.e. a digital twin of a product, and AI come together? It's not the same yet, right?
Good question, yeah. I can go explain that. Take the example of ChatGPT. We heard a lot about ChatGPT and the potential today. Ask ChatGPT anything about your physical world around you. Ask it about the health state of your car battery, of the resale value of your bike. It won't know about that. It cannot look into the physical world. It's basically blind. And digital product passports will have that potential. They will have the potential that AI can access and work with the data from your car battery, but also from other products you have. And companies will also be able to build and engage in these R strategies, circular business models, build up take-back systems where they offer you a price for trading in your product at maybe if you don't use it anymore before you put it in a basement, like many of the smartphones that we don't use anymore. Or at end of life, as mentioned, that at end of life, and instead of throwing it away, you get like a guaranteed trade-in value, for example. Also because many of the products have a value today, especially because materials also get very expensive. So companies have more interest in getting these products back. Aluminium can be reused many, many times. So since in the past, companies basically, let's say, didn't want to see their products anymore once they left the company and were sold, because they were more like, when they came back, it was a warranty case. In a circular economy, you want to be able to follow your product along the life cycle. You want to make sure the product lives longer. But you also need to make revenues from that. You need to make revenues from after-sales services, from repair. Many of these business models are totally common in the automotive sector. Reselling cars, trading in cars, repairing cars. And that's the business models we have to establish also in other industries. And maybe to quick note on the AI, so to make it a bit more technical specific, what we do, we create digital twins. We use the digital product passport, which is a regulation, to create digital twins of physical products. So you have a digital shadow of the product, which contains the attributes from the manufacturing, so the materials in the product when it was manufactured, all these data, but also if it's an electronic product, it can also synchronize with the product. So it can show you how the battery, for example, was used over lifetime, because this is important for the remaining value in the end. If you want to reuse a battery, you need to be able to understand how was it charged, how often was it charged? Yes. Was it always charged to 100%, or was it treated in a good way? And all these checks and evaluations have to be super automatic, because we're in a circular economy. In many cases, or most cases, we're talking about used products or end-of-life products. So as soon as too many hours of manual work go into that, the business cases would not work anymore of reselling and all that. And we use semantic AI technology, so knowledge graph very specifically, to make these digital product passports machine readable. So this allows that algorithms can talk to the product. You can talk to our product passports and ask ChatGPT about the product, what materials are in there. You can also encrypt the data and just ask, like, is this material in there, in order not to give out IP to people beyond the recycler, for example, who has an origin interest in knowing that. And this also opens business cases in the customer interface. If you buy a used EV car, so far the battery pass is mainly made for the recycling, so the recycler knows what's in there. But if you buy a used car, a used EV car, you want to know what is the state of health of that battery. The battery in the car today is what the engine was in the car so far. So you want to know the mileage of that battery.
You now explained a couple of technologies already that you use. Stefan, you do share a challenge, I think, with many of us here in the audience. Yes. This is a super hot topic, and there are hundreds and dozens of different business models that claim they have a product passport. No offense, Christian, right? But there are many that use different models, that use that say we have AI supporting circular economy. You manage an own portfolio of cool solutions. How do you balance? How do you make sure you get sufficient speed on getting in new solution, leverage the ecosystem? Anyone here in the room who will ask, how do I find out which solutions to bring forward? What's the trick?
The trick is simple. We are always in this trade-off between continue to deliver new products and new innovations for the market. I mean, we are measured according to that as a global company. But for this reason, we have laboratories or labs like in Munich, and we are for a certain purpose here, because we find here also the environment with great partners, in your case, UnternehmerTUM, Circular Republic, because there we find a neutral platform which brings us simply together with people, where we can test, and get ideas simply and apply our technology. And there you need a little bit to be sensible when you stop a project, when you see it when it leads to nothing, or you continue that. And that is also important, that we invest on one side in partnerships, and on the other side in a capable team on site and on my side, who really connects the dots with the ecosystem, bringing creative startups, super startups, and other people on the table, and then we test that. And that is also my encouragement to everybody here in the room, or who has at the moment the possibility to go tap into the circularity world. I think the technology is not anymore the boundary. It is there. We just have to enable it, and we need to find profitable businesses.
That's what Ramona just said. It's a mindset thing, right?
But I would say to Ramona's point, no one here in the room everybody has the mindset already. I think it's now just that we have to start and embrace the technology and apply it in circular processes. That's it.
Let's talk the remaining minutes about starting from two different perspectives. Maybe first, customer side. What gets people in the business to start? When you talk to your customers, selling them battery passport solutions that enable circularity, what is making them start? Is it the EU regulation you mentioned?
And the battery pass, it's a regulation because it's already further progressed. If we talk about, and we mainly focus about the digital product passport in general for other product categories, which where the battery pass is going to be the blueprint for how the digital product passport is going to look like, but it's going to be different, because the battery is a component of an overall product. So the battery pass in many cases won't have a customer interface.
But outside batteries, it's not regulation that's driving implementation.
You mean in the digital product passport?
Yes.
It is not yet. That's what we feel with companies, because usually the big market, the big share of companies fulfills regulation when it's really like forcing them, when they have to.
Does it mean it's not coming yet? Or is it still hot, although there is no regulation?
It's coming, but the companies we work with, they don't work with us because they want to fulfill regulation years ahead. That's not their goal, but it's because they set really ambitious goals for circularity. And they want to find out how to fulfill them. And as Stefan said, for that we have to test things, we have to pilot things. It's not going to work. I worked a long time in consulting, so it's not going to work with just doing PowerPoint slides over years to find out how it works, because, as Ramona said, we have to find out also, we have to change mindsets, but for that we have to find out customer behavior. We need to find out what will customers also support, what incentives will they need to trade in a product, to return a product, to repair a product, for example, and also all the other actors. I mean, in the circular economy, it gets way more complex for companies. In a linear economy, You as a producer, we're giving a product to a dealer or directly to the customer. Suddenly you have to deal along the whole loop with companies or people repairing it, companies collecting products, companies recycling products, reselling products. You need to incentivize that. You need to support that. You need processes for that.
Technology.
Luckily, exactly, we have a lot of SAP technology for everything already in the processes that we know, but there are so many new processes that currently get tested, rewired, reinvented, where we need to find out how it works and what customers want, what works, what doesn't, and for that we have to go out live and test things. And this is what
while talking about
fair.
While talking about testing, Stefan, how do we leave lab scale? How do we get things scaled? I mean, that's something you're...
Yeah, this is now we are in a crucial tipping point. We have a solution, we have a showcase, we have, I think, justified that it works. We have the right mental mindset, like Romana said. I see her over there. That is not a problem. Now it is to make it impactful. We need to find really many customers in my world, for example, who apply it and who consider it as a profitable business case. Otherwise, it won't be impactful. And that is what also drives me and my team personally. We think if just maybe 80% of our clients are running the world transactions. Imagine only 50% of them would implement our sustainability solutions. We would have a real impact, and that is what drives us. And I hopefully will find a couple of them now to test this out, and then we will see.
That might be already the perfect segue to our closing question for today. In the end, it's also a little bit about having fun, right? Then you are at your best. Why is it fun to help implementing circular economy through these technologies?
I mean, I think I said it already a little bit because it's the harmony out of driving innovations for a tech-affine person like me and combining that with sustainability. I like the nature. I'm interested. I have the right mental mindset already. You don't need to convince me. So, and if I can do that in my job, it's the best thing I can do.
Yeah, for me, it's the excitement about working on from my view, for sure, the largest transformation our world has gone through. Because I worked many years in digital transformation and always thought this is the largest transformation. But if you think what circular economy means, the circular transformation, we've lived thousands, if not 100,000 of years in the linear economy, since humankind started to cut down forests and use stones, and we're changing that now. This is the largest transition, and this is super exciting. And combining these technologies of AI, digital twin, this is, for me as a computer scientist, just the biggest.
And it's a great momentum. That's what I mean. The technology is there, and the technology opens new doors. We just need to bring maybe the topics like circularity and sustainability back on the agenda of the top CEOs. Yeah. That is maybe also an issue. And
think of where can you work on topics that have an economical impact, which we need to create, and an ecological impact. This is for everyone who wants to do something. Go into circularity if you want to do both. Make money and make the world more sustainable.
Maybe the essence. Thank you both, not only for today, but for doing this super important task of making circular economy and thus also sustainability a profitable business. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Matthias.